Hey there, lovely people. What's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. I said I was gonna do three videos, and something happened because I really planned for this. Like for last few days, I got busy, couldn't do this topic. It's a morning thoughts episode, but we'll be talking about fragrances. Okay, I would like to share my thoughts on something called maybe perhaps couple of uh, topics, but on most part, I want to talk about like the topic of, do you need a large collection? Or should you be a large collector? These are things that comes to my mind when I walk, ideas generate. And what do I mean by a large collection? When you see like a collector, like if you're a watch collector, you may have like 1500, 2000 watches. Before that makes you a collector. Maybe you like to collect vintage cars, stamps, coins. So I like to collect, at this point, fragrances. I have well over 700 fragrances in my collection, and I had a lot more. The thing is, like, I got myself so much into this line that it became part of my work. So reviewing, as you know, I'm taking this as my kind of line of work. So I'm a YouTuber now. So hopefully my monetization works out and I can continue working. And I get the support from you guys, right? Thank you so much for your patience. Please do consider subscribing to my channel, because I noticed 52% of the viewers are not subscribed to my channel. So if you can subscribe, it will get me, let's say, more motivation. If I can get to that silver play button, I just tell you openly, I'll be very happy and motivated. So apart from that, how did I become a collector? What do I mean by collector? You can have 10 fragrances, you can call yourself a collector because you've been collecting. But on most part, people understand, like, some people have to have hundreds, 50, hundreds, or more, thousands, that make them a collector. Then you respect them. Oh, this guy has some knowledge. Not necessarily. If you have a large collection, doesn't mean that you're a better nose or better experienced in this field. But at times, if you go through many fragrances, it teaches you things. If you have the interest, you smell 10 fragrances, you can tell a new fragrance smells like that. YSL fragrance smells like Guerlain. They took inspiration from it. It comes naturally. Like the song Naturally. Whose song was that? I forgot. Anyway, I love that song. Anyway, what I'm trying to say now is that, do you need a large collection? Forget about 100. Maybe we talk about 100. Do you need 100 fragrances? So my idea is, if this is not your line of work, like you are not looking to work in this line of fragrance, like you're not willing to be a seller, do business with perfumes, or do decanting, or let's say the scenario is you are not looking to love this game like it's part of your life and very close to your heart. You just want to do like practical, like I want to use fragrance for daily usage, daily runner. I want to wear like fragrance that make me smell good. That's about it. I get compliments, good enough. I don't have to have so many choices that I do not know what I own. Sometimes it happens, I don't know where some of my fragrances are. After 2 months, I discover in my drawer, oh, there was this fragrance I bought, I forgot. That point, you have too many fragrances. Okay, that's the point. And the thing is, the addiction can get very, very addictive, very dangerous, very quick. At one point, you'll feel bodily pain, physical pain, if you cannot go to a shop or buy a fragrance. You will feel like only happy you go to a shop and you bought something new, brought it home. That's the only time you feel happy. It happens with us. Okay, that's what I'm telling you from my experience. It is real. Addiction is real. So this thing is, when if someone asks me that, should I be collecting a lot, I would say, if you're not serious about it, and you're gonna be a person who say, hey, I followed your channel and I followed your suggestion, I bought the fragrance, and I feel it's a waste of money. Okay, or they say it's a wastage, or they say I did not like it, and they sell it the next day. I usually do not have respect for people who buy fragrance, who never wear it, and they don't give them enough chance. They just decide within a day, I don't like it. That is no respect from me. Do you know why? Because you have to be willing. Some people always look for shortcuts in life. I don't like that. And it's just my personal opinion. You can feel differently, but if you're not willing to spend some time with anything, let's say you want to have a degree, and you're not serious about it, you'll finish a degree perhaps by cheating, by buttering your professor, or I don't know, by some hard work last night, late night, or the night before the exam. You can get a degree, but you'll never have anything that you take away from the 3 years of experience. So it's basically, it helps you perhaps to get a job or a certificate, but you'll not get anything like knowledge from it or wisdom from it, so you'll forget what you studied, right? And it happened with me many times. Degrees, I did economics. I was basically a science student in my school, college, and then I changed my line to arts. Like, not arts, what do you call that, economics, basically. Then I went for business studies, and then I went for PhD. I started 1 year. I did not feel like continuing because I hate studying, so I decided to follow my heart. I did cooking, chef. I played cricket. I did cricket coaching. Okay, then I did now perfume. So I'm following my dream. Not everything is for everybody. So what you love, you should do it. You should always make your job into something that you love, and your love into something that you are working for. So when they integrate, that makes sense, and you actually achieve good things in life. So coming back to my discussion, which is random, as you can tell, I would not recommend you to become a collector. You can collect fragrances. Get the smallest of bottle. Do not get the massive bottle of 100 ml. If you have 50 fragrances, in your lifetime you'll never be able to finish those. You guys know it. So why collect so many bottles? If you see Mark, Steven, do you think they're going to finish their bottles ever? No. They collect it like fine wine or whiskey. Once in a while, they just a collector. They just sit, they just have a taste of, oh, this is my 15 years old whiskey. Let's have a sip. Or cognac. At that point, you're not going to be able to finish the bottle, and that's not the point. The point is they'll remain there. They may go bad, whatever, but this is meant to be your collection. But if you're a person practical, like, hey, I wasted that perfume, 80 ml is gone, so you in your lifetime use 20%. So I suggest get the smallest bottle possible. Maybe you'll pay a little bit more in terms of ratio, but you'll finish the bottle. Okay, so you see the point. So you actually rotate your fragrance, and you'll have a good memory. You'll be like, oh, YSL Lanvin de L'Homme, I used it. So that was good memories for, let's say, 2007. Just an example. And you'll be like telling people, hey man, I wore this for my wedding. I wore Bleu de Chanel for my wedding, Aventus, and I have good memories of my wife. So that's what fragrance is supposed to do: create stories, create memories, like camera clicking, right? So remember that. Get the smallest of the bottle if you're not a very passionate person, but you just want to collect. Also get like Decant or Split 10-20 ml. Let's say very expensive perfumes. Let's say something like D'Orange's private line, right? Tonka Imperial, very expensive. You don't, if you buy a bottle, it's going to cost you money, and 75 ml you will not use. So perhaps get a small amount, or let's say I'll just show you just one very small example. I have it, I guess. Wait. This is one of my favorite perfumes, gift from one of my brothers, called Amber Absolute by Tom Ford. Okay, this is a vintage version, and I have this much Decant as a gift from him. I wear this in every winter, and the juice goes down like little by little, and I don't wear it like casually. When my mood is right, I wear it because Amber Absolute, like a dream perfume. So that is the way to go. If you don't want to be a big collector, if you are practical, you don't have so much space, you have other expenses, you have hobbies like pen, fountain pen, or you have a car to maintain, which drinks petrol, don't become a big collector. Okay, you'll end up regretting it. But here's the big but is, if you learn to love this game like the way you love your pets, cats and dogs, or your car, let's say your Mustang, you love your car, and you love the fragrances the same. And this is not just show off for you. This is not just to get like people's like acceptance in the community, like, hey, I got this whole niche collection from By Kilian or MFK. So you think if you have the whole house collection, people will respect you. Not necessarily. Some people do not kiss ass. Okay, they don't give you like unless you understand what you're wearing. If you can have the whole By Kilian house, but when people ask you, bro, do you get the coffee note from it, you're like, I don't know, I just use it. And people will like not take you seriously, right? So if you have something, spend some time, know your fragrances. Do not buy today, sell tomorrow. And the thing is, if you're going to be just strictly a businessman, which is also okay, if you're going to be like, hey, this is a good way to make money and a good way to finance my journey, so you can buy the biggest bottle of, let's say, 250 ml or 500 ml, and you split it with people. What's going to happen is you're going to make money out of it. You'll end up using, but you're not quite a serious perfume enthusiast, right? You can tell people like, bro, it smells like this, but I'm not professional nose, which is fine. It's fair. Some people have to sell, some people have to buy. That's the whole circle, right? But unless you are into business or you're a serious collector, you will end up regretting it. So my final word is, do not become a huge collector. It takes up a lot of space in your life, in your house, as well as your bank account, it takes a big chunk out. You know, credit cards, it will hurt you. You know, especially don't buy with credit cards. And my final thought is, I have gone through many sacrifices. I have done crazy things. It's, the addiction really, really took a toll on me. I do not suggest this to people. I do not suggest it. Do not become a crazy guy like me that, you know, is this like I'm gonna go for Subway or I'm gonna get like a fragrance that came out. Bro, go for the basic. Go for food. Go for clothing. Go for spending time with family. Get something to your kid and wife and stuff like that. And that way, life is more balanced. If you get into this addiction, you'll end up buying thousands, and one point you will not understand why did I do this. That's the moment it will be the biggest regret of your life. But if you're like me, become a collector, be proud of it, own it. If you want to be a reviewer, become a reviewer, talk about a fragrance. World can learn so much from you. So give people time, you know, from what you learn. Let's say these are books, you went through it. Let's say Pacific Rock Moss, you went through it for 1 to 2 years. Tell people, hey bro, you should buy this because this one gives me that tropical vibe. Don't listen to people. And that one direction from a real user can really help people. Okay, so that's it, today's discussion. I hope I could make some sense. So think really hard before buying something. Make sure you really want it and really gonna love it. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. And I think I'll upload this now and I'll just leave you alone. Take care. Bye bye.